On the 24th of October 1965, a descendant of Genghis Khan, the Mongolian princess Dewa Nimbo, gave birth to an illegitimate child in Taiwan. Unbeknown to the princess, the father of the child was already married, which brought shame to the princess and caused her child to be cut off from his royal title of Prince Iskamin. At 7 months old, several monks came and recognized the child as a reincarnated Lama. They requested to take the child to the monastery to continue his previous life's work. The princess rejected this great recognition. She said that if he was really a High Lama, he would eventually find his own way to the monastery. Soon after, his mother decided to give him up to an adopted family. He was given the nickname Xiaoniu, which means little bull in Mandarin. Throughout his childhood, he was ill-treated and ill-fed by his foster mother. It was not a pleasant childhood, yet he was a happy child. Later, his grandmother Queen Dechenmin brought Xiaoniu from Taiwan to Howell, New Jersey in the United States. She handed the child to a Kalmyk Mongolian couple, Dana and Boris Bugayev, who became his foster parents and named him Burcha Bugayev. It was in New Jersey that young Burcha found his strong attraction to Buddhism. Coincidentally, Rashi Jempa Ling, the first Tibetan Buddhist center in America, was located only 10 minutes away from Burcha's house. This became his favorite place to visit, much to the disappointment of the Bugayevs. Mr. and Mrs. Bugayev had high hopes for Burcha. They hoped that their lovely son would grow up to a wonderful job and a family. Burcha's strong inclinations to Buddhist teachings meant that he could be a monk in the future, and this possibility threatened the hopes of the Bugayevs. His foster parents started to hate the Dharma Center, and any connection between Burcha and Buddhism triggered an irrational anger in them. The foster parents filled Burcha's time with heavy household chores. After school, Burcha was expected to clean the entire house from top to bottom. If he missed a spot, he would be severely beaten. Later, the punishments were intensified and he was even abused mentally. Dana would go into his room in the middle of the night and she would threaten him that she would kill him by stabbing a knife to his heart when he was asleep. As a result, Burcha always slept lightly and with fear in his heart. Behind this American dream was a life of fear and pain. As Burcha became older, Boris and Dana continued to stop Burcha from going to the Dharma Center. They started to slander and defame his guru. To protect the Dharma Center and his beloved guru, Burcha made several attempts to run away, and even attempted to commit suicide. On one of his runaway attempts, he was brutally raped at gunpoint. He managed to escape, but was caught by the police and sent back home to more severe beatings and screamings. Finally, one day, at the age of 15, Burcha stepped out of his home in New Jersey with 2 bags and $50 in his pocket. Alone and with nobody to rely on, he hitchhiked from New Jersey to Los Angeles, passing through different cities and sleeping on the streets along the way. In glittering LA, Burcha found another Dharma center, Thupten Dageling, which let him practice Dharma freely. He held 3 jobs to support himself while living and helping out in the Dharma center. At 6 feet 2, with his exotic good looks, Burcha always drew people's attention. He even attracted the talent agents of Hollywood, and he was approached by Paramount for opportunities in the movie industry. At that time, there was a High Lama from Garden Shatze Monastery, His Holiness Kechara Dzong Rinpoche, who was invited to teach at Thupten Dageling. Burcha became Dzong Rinpoche's personal assistant, and in the short period of 6 months, Burcha gave all he could, serving Dzong Rinpoche and taking care of the Dharma Center happily. Dzong Rinpoche was the first to reveal to Burcha that he was a tulku, which means a highly respected reincarnation of a High Lama. This finally made sense of Burcha's overwhelming attraction to the Dharma. At that time, Burcha was at a crossroad in his life. He asked Dzong Rinpoche whether he should be an actor or a monk. Dzong Rinpoche told him that he would be very famous as an actor, but if he became a monk, he would benefit more sentient beings. Upon hearing this, Burcha folded his hands immediately and requested to be ordained. That evening, Dzong Rinpoche cut Burcha's hair to represent his intention to be a monk. This encounter with Dzong Rinpoche was the most important turning point of Burcha's life. Dzong Rinpoche then left America to return to India. One day, Burcha received a call and was told that Dzong Rinpoche had passed into clear light. Burcha was completely devastated. Over the next few weeks, he was torn whether to continue to go to India or to stay in America to be an actor. At the back of his mind was his promise to Dzong Rinpoche to become a monk. Burcha realized in his heart that he must keep his promise to Dzong Rinpoche and live out his destiny. Finally, Burcha decided to leave for India to begin a new chapter of his life. After all these experiences in his young life, just as his birth mother, Princess Dewa Nimbo, had said, if he was really a High Lama, he would eventually find his own way to the monastery. So, from Prince Iskamin to Xiaonyo to Burcha Burgayev, after traveling halfway around the world, he had finally found his way back home. His Eminence Tsem Rinpoche was recognized as the incarnation of a High Lama in 1991. As he ascended the throne, he made his vow. I am going to sit on this throne with the motivation that I will keep my promise to Dzong Rinpoche not to let people suffer.